One of the most common features that were asked for from customers is type ahead search. So what we created is sort of a unique way of doing it, but makes it very simple because it taps into a few of those core features within ServiceNow. So basically, there's sort of this suggested terms here at the top, and then there's two tables that are returned here. There could be more, but it's controlled from your search groups. The show me more is controlled from your messages. And this is also your secondary color, I believe it, or primary color in your configuration. These are also controlled knowledge and service items. These colors are controlled in your configuration. But there's a couple pieces to this. One is there's an Ajax search that's going in to do it. If you really need to get into it, it's under script includes. And you'll see under script includes that there is an include called CMS Ajax search. And that's where the whole drop down thing is coming from. So if you wanted to change something there, you could. The other thing that it does, though, is it references a search group. So under search groups, there's two search groups that get loaded. One's for IT, one's for branded, and one's for CMS Lite. So that's three, if I'm adding correctly. Under CMS Lite, so for this site, for instance, I've got knowledge and service items. People call them different things. That's why we kind of did it this way as well. But here you'll see that I'm referencing the two tables that I want to be able to search. And then under those tables, I can define my own queries of stuff that I want to be searchable or not. So you can have different, you could tell it only search specific knowledge bases. You could say only search for catalog items, within this specific catalog or category. So you can get as granular as you want, but this is what is going to give you the values for your search results. It also tells you how you can change the name. So if I wanted it to be articles instead of knowledge, I can just change it here. And then what will happen is on the site, when I go into, do my type ahead, it'll now say articles. And then if I also hit enter and go to the search results page, it says articles and articles. So it's pretty cool in that sense, and it allows you to add more. The type ahead dropdown is configured right now to work with knowledge and catalog. If you'll notice that there's URLs that you get, or there's links that you get. So if you're going to add other tables, just know that you probably have to change the script include to also have those values in it. But basically, you just define your search group here and then reference it in your configuration file. So back under configuration, under IT portal, for instance, I would say search group IT. So that way I could define, I just wanted to do, the IT search group. So it's a pretty neat little feature. It's something that I think is also coming out in Service Portal, but they're still trying to figure out how to limit it like we have with search groups. So that's how type ahead works. The search results itself, you'll notice if I come here and click email, I get my different results. So I've got if I wanted to change the order of this, I could just go to my search groups. Let me go back to that. Sorry, I jumped ahead. And underneath CMS Lite, there's an order over here. I could just change that. And so now, if I wanted knowledge to be below it, I could make this 100, 200, or make this 300, and it'll drop below. If I wanted to, I could link directly to things as well. So I don't need anything really up here. I don't need any term. I can just hit enter, and this will return everything that is defined within the search group that they were allowed to search. So every article, every service item. But let's say I wanted to link to the knowledge base specifically. I could just click on articles without any value in here. So there's no search term. Now I've got the complete knowledge base for this site. And then I can click policies and it'll refine it even further. So I can link directly into subcategories within the knowledge base, within my menu. This menu is actually dynamically generated, and it's bringing in all of the knowledge bases that you have said that are active. Knowledge bases. So if I make any of these inactive, they won't show up in my list anymore. I just happen to have all of them. So that's one way to link into knowledge. And I can just, click back out and get right to the knowledge base itself. So that's kind of a nice little feature. There's also another way of doing knowledge that I'll get into in a second. But I just wanted to make sure that this was clear in terms of how all this is controlled. This actual look, so the title and all of this is being generated from the content types. So if I go to content types and go to, I guess I'm on CMS Lite, which is my service desk, and I go to my KB knowledge, it's all happening down here. So if I wanted to change any of these things or remove things or add things, I can do that there, and it'll change it here. And it links right into the knowledge detail page. So that is it as far as type ahead search. I've covered a little bit of knowledge, so I want to finish with that. And basically what I wanted to show you on knowledge is you kind of have this view of knowledge, but you also have this view of knowledge, which is KB_frame, which is just a page that I have. There's a dynamic block that's running, which triggers the out-of-box sort of normal structure, but it links right into the specific one that you want. So if I want IT, it'll list right into the IT area. So you have different options. There's different ways of getting to the same thing. It just depends on how you want to structure your navigation. So right now, if I go over to menu, and if I wanted to change out from being dynamic, like it is here, to being static, I would just go to the top nav, CMS Lite top nav, go under knowledge, and I'd see that it's referencing this contains block. So I could get rid of that and just put in my menu items. If I wanted to go manage the contains block, I can go in here. You'll notice now I'm in the dynamic content, and I'm just doing a query to loop through my active knowledge bases and ordering them. So you can even order it by order. If you wanted to change the order on the back end, you can do some of that kind of stuff. So that's about it for knowledge base. I mean, right now there's two different, very distinct options. So one is more of a kind of go kind of find what you're looking for. The challenge with this is if I come in here and type in email, I'm going to get, anything. Let's see, policy. So if I click this, I'm now within the iframe looking at these articles. And so, if I click back, it's gonna create kind of a little bit of a wonky experience to use this one, but just for demo purposes, it could be okay. And lastly, what I wanted to show is the catalog. So under services, you'll notice I've got IT. So this catalog is a dynamic list, and I'm just showing you, it basically is going in. If I clear out the filter, it is going to go through and give me all what I'm calling service items, right? That we have on the site. And this is everything that's on the site right now that's active. These are all the catalogs on the left. If they have a parent and child, then I show the relationship. I can link directly into the finance catalog, and all you do is have service catalog list.do. Make sure you always keep it without the slash if you're linking to it. And then you do and catalog equals finance catalog. Then if I wanted to go even further, I could say I want to go straight into budget. So I could do the same thing. I could link straight into budget. This is all dynamic. So as long as you have it active in your catalog as an item, then it'll be served up. And likewise, if you don't, if I want to maintain catalogs, I can make something inactive and it'll go away from appearing on this list. So for instance, if I wanted to say I don't want facilities, then you'll notice it's here at the top. I can refresh it and it's still there. I'll fix that. But it's going to, that's how you control it. And let's see. Oh, you can also do a quick fix or quick shift to like service catalog, get right into it. This is all just coming in from the item itself though. So whether it's at the category level or at the item level, you affect all the content changes that you want there, or icons or whatever. When you do take this down to mobile, you'll notice all the items are at the top and the filters are at the bottom, which is kind of a nice little change. So that's it as far as catalog. So basically, we've covered everything that is sort of a feature within the site. If you have any questions, you can always hit me up at matt.metten, METTEN, at servicenow.com. You can check. You can also tweet me at mattmetten, or feel free to give me a call. So thanks a lot.